Welcome back to another episode of the Jodi and Hakaii show. It's the one and only player one Jodi.
And it's your host with the most, your boy Hakaii.
And tonight's episode is going to be on video games. Video games, as y'all can see, on rocking the vintage Pac-Man. If y'all know about that game, the one and only. What you got over there, big dog?
I got a Street Fighter 2 shirt on. For all the vintage video game aficionado, Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, so tonight's episode, like I said, is going to be on video games. Everybody plays video games. Men, women, kids, adults, old people. You know, you got the PS5, the Xbox. You got the arcades, the Segas. You got video games. Even Monopoly would be a video game if some people call it that. But yeah, you know, we're going to have a couple funny stories as always. And then there's got some questions and topics. And we're just going to talk about it. And then you already know we're going to hit you up with some story time with video games. So how you want to start it out, big dog?
All right, so we're looking for an idea for the next episode. So this idea about video games came about when on Facebook, it's a page on there called Dat Wave. Shout out to Dat Wave. He posts like pictures and stuff basically from like different topics, and he posted his post that he posted this week. This was on Monday. It was about video games that are turning 20 years old this year for 2024. So, and it was a picture of a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, they got some bangers on there.
It was a picture of 16 games. 16 games that came out in 2004 that are turning 20 this year. Just to run off a few. I'm not gonna give you all of them. We got the first Fight Night 2004.
Knockout
Grand
King.
Theft Auto San Andreas.
Throwback.
Madden 05.
Hit Stick Legend.
The first SmackDown versus Raw.
Ooh.
Budokai 3.
Goat.
NFL Street 2.
Goat.
Halo 2.
Tough.
And Mortal Kombat Deception really didn't fuck with that.
That was corny.
Jack 3. Really fuck with that.
Hit or miss.
Tony
Depending on
Hawk
who he was.
Underground 2.
Hit or miss.
We had Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
I wasn't into it. So
We had the GOAT, Def Jam Fight for New York.
Goat.
We had
The Goat.
And we had NBA Live 05 with Melo in the front. We'll get back into that a little bit later. And
Cheater.
one of my all-time favorites, I was actually able to find this in the attic. You see it. The classic Need for Speed Underground 2. If you know,
First off,
you know.
First off,
You
nigga,
hear
how the
me?
fuck did you find this?
You hear me? Look at that. And the disc is in here. You feel me? Look at this. This is a classic. It's a little scratch up on the bottom though, but classic. I wanted to bring Live 05, but I couldn't find it. But I had to find one of the games from the post. So if you know about Need for Speed Underground 2,
Nigga, you don't even have a
Classic.
PS2 no more.
yeah, I do.
You have a PS5.
I still have my PS2. I brought one, but I would have brought
you
it for the
did.
video.
You should have
But
did
you
that.
know, we have to talk. Can't be playing the games. But like I said,
Eh.
classic.
Before we start, I'm gonna ask you that or Midnight Club Double Edition.
It's neck and neck for me. But Double Edition is 1B and Need for Speed Underground 2 is 1A for me. They're both number one, but for me,
That nigga pulled out the ancient gold. How much think you won't get on that with eBay if you try to sell that?
classic. I don't know. It was hard to get, but I found that at a flea market. So if you can get good games at a secondhand store, I feel like you should take up on that.
Yeah, that was a top tier racing game of its times. Games
yeah.
is not made like that nowadays.
That's 20 years of history right there. So just pulled out a classic.
Damn.
But, we'll get back into more of that a little bit later on. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into some questions. These questions aren't in order because when I'm looking at them, they're all over the place. But I try to keep them so they flow together. So the first question on here was, do you like video games? Obviously, because we're talking about them.
Of course, if you don't like video games, no judgment to you, but something's wrong with you. Video games is a wind down pastime. Like you can, video games help you through a lot of stuff: depression, stress. Just kill time. You can't go wrong with a good video game.
You can, and there's all type of video games. They got ones where you can cook. You got ones where you can play this. You play the Sims. They got a video game really for everything. So like I said,
Yeah, they got the what's that the farm simulator game. Like they
That-
literally have a game for everything.
car wash. What was it, car wash mechanic or whatever that stupid shit? Like it's a video game for everything.
Yeah.
but-
Then I just seen the other day on the Nintendo Switch, they have a duck game where you just go around as a duck and just annoy the fuck out of people. So like, yeah,
So yeah,
that's
it's a video game for everything. Like I said, if you are a gamer, even if you ain't a gamer, I would say definitely invest some time. Or even you can play games on your phone. Like I said, it's just always it's something just something to relax and take your mind off of something. Like so you can go through a lot, you can play a video game, you can really put some time in.
or if you like we said, if you angry at somebody, finding a good video game and just take your anger out on a computer is always amazing.
Yeah, just don't break your controller or your console because you're mad.
Yeah, because that's gonna be money that you're gonna be mad about.
Yeah,
So
so
don't be rage playing. It's not worth
facts.
it.
It's not worth it because shit's expensive. Even if you got a warranty, shit's expensive.
Facts.
Moving right along here. So the second part of that question was how much time per week do you spend playing video games?
When I was a kid, every day, like after school and stuff, if we wasn't outside every day. But now, shit, it varies. I probably on a game once or twice, probably 3 times a month, honestly. So, and if I'm on it, I'm on for like a good 2, 3, 4 hours. So, what about you, big dog?
I would say every day, but like I said, working all the time, and then when I get off, I be tired. I don't got time to play no games. I don't go to sleep. So if I had to, on average per week, I would say probably less than 3 hours, and that's across 7 days. It didn't even on a weekend. Sometimes, even if I'm not doing enough, I'm turning the game on as like my
Facts.
last resort, as opposed to I used to be on a game all the time, but now it's like I
Constantly.
just try to play it when I can, if that makes sense.
And when we do, we enjoy ourselves. So,
Got to. It's always good to, especially when all the bros are on. You get on the mic, talk shit, but everyone's an adult now. They had their life going on, so it's like it's not as easy it is to get all the troops together and
facts.
be on the game.
But when we on the game though, it's lit.
Yeah. So, and then speaking of time, so the next question was: people consider video games a waste of time. What is your thoughts on that?
Hell no, it's definitely not a waste of time because parents used to say back in the day, get off the game. You need to do something else. Go do your homework. Go outside and play this and the third. But now look at the kids now streaming, making millions. I'm
I,
gonna repeat that millions
I will.
of dollars streaming playing a video game. Like, come on now.
I will only consider it a waste of time if like you have mad stuff to do and you literally just sit there and play the game all day.
Yeah, that too.
Like you neglecting your kids, you're not cleaning up, you call out of work, like you know what I mean. You do stuff that's costing you time and money, and you just sit on the game all day not getting them done. I would consider that a waste of time. But just simply playing video games,
Nah,
no,
it's not.
no. If you put video games over other important stuff you got going on,
Then it's a problem.
you gotta get your priorities right, big dog. Let's get into some personal questions here. So, if you can remember, what was the first game that you ever played? Where and when did you play it?
The first video game, it was a couple of them. Like I had a Sega, so Sonic. Had a Dreamcast, 2K. The taxi game on the Dreamcast was a tough one. Um, Nintendo 64, Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, 007, 007. Um, so if I can, it's hard to pick with my first one, but I would say definitely Sega Sonic. That was my first one.
I don't think I can remember the first video game. Like, come on, bro. So many years has passed. I can remember early on games that I've played, but like my first video game,
That's why I named all them and said the one I can remember the
I don't-
earliest. That was
I-
the oldest one.
I don't think I could pinpoint one in particular. But I will take it back to PS1 days. I'll go with something simple. I'll go Crash Bandicoot. I'll just keep it simple like that. My
That was a
older brother
classic.
and them, my older brother, he had Sega and all that, but like I wasn't getting jiggy with that shit. PlayStation, where is that for me? Mom Dukes got that for me for Christmas, and the sky was the limit. We'll come back to that a
Yeah,
later topic.
I had damn near every system, so I feel you.
Because I want to get into the favorite category, but it's a lot that go into that, so I'm gonna push that a
Well,
little
take your
bit later
time. We
down
got
the
time, big
line.
dog.
Let's see. How much money do you spend on video games? Is it more or less than you spend on other forms of entertainment?
More. It's probably more.
I would say more too, because everything else I do is cheap. Going to the movies is cheap. Going to the mall, depending on what I get, is cheap.
Facts. Because I don't really buy nothing like that now.
And
I
getting
got
drunk, that's
everything.
not entertainment. It's just getting drunk. So going to the bar, that's not. I mean, that's the entertainment, but
But
no.
but 3 drinks
compared to $500 PS5, yeah, you're right.
Come on now. First off, 3 drinks compared to 2K.
I mean, $70, $40, $20 on a good day.
Exactly.
Depending on where you get your drinks at. Yeah, so I would definitely say yeah.
I spend more on video games than I do going out and drinking and stuff. So yeah.
I would definitely say that as well. Do you think video games are addictive?
Yes and no. It's addictive when you first start playing or when you have people to play with. Like you can get hooked on a game and this, that, and the third, but actually being addictive, nah. But if you got like you said earlier, we got a group. When we all on, prime example, Team He when we get going, we get going. So it's like it's kind of hard to get off the game. Or in Call of Duty, it's not even about wins. After a while, it's not about wins. It's just having fun and enjoying the laughs and stuff. So that can be addictive. So I wouldn't say the game, but just the vibes and stuff could be real addictive.
I only think, like, when I think of like an addiction, something that's like destroying you, like drugs, like hard drugs. I don't think you can get addicted to playing video games unless that's all you think about 24/7. And I think it's kind of impossible. Now, unless you're one of them people who's just locked in your room, locked in playing games for like 28 hours, bro, you need help. Go touch grass. It can be addictive,
or
but
go touch some ass. Either or.
But if you're stuck in the house playing video games, I'm pretty sure you're not doing that. I'm talking to you, little Jimmy. Go fuck something. But I feel like I said, it can be addictive. But like I said, if you got control over how much you play the games and what you're, especially like I said, once you start tanking money into it and it controls your life,
facts,
then I can see how that can be addictive. But as long as you have a balance, you don't let it ruin your life or your social life, you should be good. Interesting question. Have you ever played a game that requires physical movement, like with the Nintendo Wii?
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure everyone has played the Wii at some point.
Because Wii bowling, Wii sports, and then
the boxing, knocking nigga out.
facts.
Like, come on, man.
The Xbox 360 Connect. That was tough. Definitely had the Michael Jackson experience on there. I was killing it. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I like I use my VR headset a lot too, so I play a lot like bowling. I do painting. I do a lot of like creative stuff on there, but definitely
fancy.
The Wii is where it's at. Even the Switch, they brought back Wii Sports, but it's on the Switch. It's not as good, but even that, they got the bowling on there. That shit, if you know, you know. But they need to bring back Wii Sports Resort. That's where they had the basketball, the baseball. They had everything on there. That
Wii
shit was tough.
Top tier, but y'all know what you mean.
That's tough. All right, one last boring question. Some people say video games are very violent. Do you think they influence their players in real life to be violent?
Personally, no, but you don't know what's going through people's head. They say people play the game and get so much into their mind that now they got to reenact that, or them playing the game, it gives them the green light to do that in the real life. Like, hell no. In a video game, you can do whatever you want and then restart, pause it, stop it, quit, die, come back to life. You can't do that in real life. So I feel like they just looking for a out. But no.
Yeah, I don't think so either. My thing is, if you pussy in your real life, the game, you shooting people in the game ain't gonna make you feel like you tough.
Facts.
Ain't gonna make you feel like you wanna go out and shoot somebody. And that's one thing I hate, like, coming up where they try to be like, oh, video games are bad influence on the children, this and that. Oh, you can't. Me. This is for me personally. I can't watch something on TV and say,
I'm gonna go do that.
I'm gonna go do that. Ooh, extended clip desert. Let me go get one and shoot me somebody in the face too. Like, no. Like I said, it must be a mental thing or something going on. But me personally, I don't think being exposed to video games or stuff on a video game constantly is gonna influence me to go do that. Now, maybe if I was a feeble-minded non-believer that could just believe anything and just a follower, maybe. But like I said, I never once shot somebody on Call of Duty or did a fatality on Mortal Kombat or ran over somebody with a car or fucked a hooker on GTA and said, I want to go do all these things in real life because I like video games. You know what I mean? So, like, I can understand a person's concern, but honestly, at the bottom line, it's basically video games.
I did it in a video game. I'm going to do it in real life. You either gonna die or go to jail.
Right. Trust
And
me, you're not that guy, pal.
there's no restarting it, bro. Sorry,
You're not that guy.
no cheat codes in this life.
No quarters, no nothing. You got, you know what I mean? You can get them 6 stars on GTA in real life if you want. Ain't hey, I was just playing the game. Nah, buddy, get out the car. We beating the shit out you. And you going to jail.
That sure is. Can't put no cheat code in there.
So I don't know. It's just something that I heard, parents, oh, video games, this and that. I guess you can control what your kids are exposed to, but they gonna think how they want to think and do what they want to do at the end of the day. So yeah. All right, so now it's on to the fun questions.
That was enough for the boring question. But they was good questions, but they was boring.
A lot of the other shit on here is boring. So we're gonna get to the favorite category. We're just gonna run through some favorites here. So what's your favorite what? The wording is weird. What's your favorite all-time game? I guess what's your favorite game of all time, but that looks weird on here. And what made it so good to be your favorite?
Damn, that's
This
hard.
This is one. You can't do a list. This is one.
Favorite of all time. Oh shit. Hey, shit. What up? Favorite one? I'm gonna go with Def Jam 5 from New York. Top tier favorite. I don't care what nobody say.
What makes that game your all-time favorite, though?
Cause just the fighting, then the blaze move, and then it is the second part or the newer edition of Def Jam Vendetta. Like Def Jam Vendetta was cool for it being the first of its kind with the rappers and fighting, but Def Jam 5 from New York just made it 10 times better. The blaze moves and all that.
He's heating up.
It was tough.
Game, sorry.
So what about you? Since I can only pick one.
My favorite all time. My favorite. So like, Ooh. You said Def Jam 5 from New York, so I'm gonna say something else because I would say that too. So for me,
never gets old.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go NBA Street Volume 2. We just keep it there. It was the first
and why?
The first NBA Street was cool, but it was mid compared to 2. 2 put that shit on it. You hear me? Once they put 3 Michael Jordans in there, you couldn't do that in any other game, bro. 3 Michael Jordans, you could do a Game Breaker 2.
Game Breaker, first off, Street, like you said, Street NBA Street 1 was, it was cool.
It was cool because it was new.
Ding, ding, ding. Then a Game Breaker, it was cool. Street Volume 2
broke the scale. You hear me?
Game Breaker number 2, when you got the first one and you had to store it and lock it in. You're like, oh yeah, I got to store it. Oh yeah, I'm about to get on your ass.
What?
Number 2,
break the scale. I remember like when we used to like go over my cousin's house. We always be over there. He had a PS2 and he had Xbox. He had both systems. So we were all locked in. He didn't have it. What's it called? He didn't have a multi-tap. So a multi-tap was where you could add multiple controllers on the PlayStation. He didn't have that, but he had Xbox. Xbox had 4 controller ports. So we would do 2-on-2 on there. Boy, we used to be up all night playing that shit. That's why I think that's my favorite, because the memories associated with the game takes it over the top for me. But
then the story
great
mode
times.
and stuff. Biggie Littles, Bonafide, Stretch. Yeah, Street V2 was definitely top tier.
Great. It's just all the NBA streets were great. V3,
that dunk contest on there was okay, but that triple dunk, then the signature at the end of the hood was tough.
They needed to see now. They should bring that back and redo that. And then, because this thing, Kobe wasn't Black Mamba yet when that game came out. So when it signed his name, it would just say Kobe. That shit, if that shit would have said Black Mamba like now,
or the snake at the,
it's so much they could do with that, Joe. You hear me? So EA, if you listening, I don't care what you gotta do. Bring it back. Even if you got to bring back, even if you redo NBA Street and you just start from the beginning, you make it like the first one, that will update the rosters. I'd take that, because we probably won't never get it ever again. But if they do decide to redo it, I would take that.
Or redo Street V2. At least if you do another Street, it gotta have at least Game Breaker 2 on there, or like it did in Street Volume 3. It gotta have the top tier Game Breaker. It just can't have no.
Right. It can't just be Game Breaker shot. No.
Yeah.
Need off the backboard, off the heat.
The way they jumping. Well,
not before we get to the next part.
About NBA Street.
So we had, like I said, V3, and then we had Street Home Court.
Looks like they're gonna beat me to it.
So that was the 4th game.
Clutch.
The major game, because I think Showdown that came out on the PSP, which is basically just, it was V3 mixed with
Some
NBA
other
Street
shit.
Volume 2. So
Yeah.
we're not talking about that. But anyway, Street Home Court, which is a game that was, that's PS3
Goat.
and 360 days. Top tier graphics. Everything about that shit was tough.
You could combine the face. Before you get to it, shut up. Shut up. Before you get to that, yeah, like Street Home Court was tough. You could when you made your play, you could combine the faces of your players. So I don't know why they made that. So you was mixing Kobe and LeBron, Iverson and Melo. Like it was just it was just crazy. And that's how you was coming up with the name Lil Bobby.
Lil Bobby.
Then the game breaker. First of all, the moves on there was tough. The dunks, but the game breaker on there, the triple dunk, top.
You know a lot
tier.
about triple dunks, huh?
Got
so,
jokes.
so we got to pause in the action for a bullshit break here, okay? So my brother has a very fond connection to NBA Street Home Court, and I'll let him take this away. Why do you like Street Home Court so much, and why does it mean so much to you, bro?
First off, this was years ago, like years.
Like last week, but okay.
I hate you. Like I said, it was years ago, back in my young boy days.
Young boy?
I would say definitely middle school. Was it middle school or high school? One of them two. High school or middle school. One of them two. I think it was high school or middle school. One of them. So, at the school or on the weekends, you playing the game, this and third. All the guys is over. He's one of them. Group of friends. We over there playing the game. Playing Street Home Court. And had females come over. They wanted to play and watch and this and the third. So we all playing the game. I'm playing the game. I'm beating everybody like always. Nothing new. And you see the girls in the corner talking. How y'all females talk. Mind you, I'm not paying them no mind. And they was like, we're not going to use no name, but they were like, Carlos, you think she cute? Mind you, I'm not paying them no mind. I'm playing the game. Yeah, she cute. This and the third. Yeah, why? Oh, no, just asking. They go back to the corner. They come back. So she wanted to do something. Would you do it? Huh? Mind you, I'm still playing the game. I'm not paying them no mind. So I'm like, shit. Yeah, I would. Why? Okay, we'll be back. Playing the game.
This ain't all happened the same day, by the way.
Yeah, it was over like 2-3 days.
Some time transpired, but go ahead.
So that was that next day. So that ended. They just left. So we like, that was weird. So okay, cool. Back playing the game, this and third. Next day go past. Same thing. We in the crib chilling, mind you. Like I said, we was young. We wasn't outside. We was in the house chilling, just playing the game. They came over, knock at the door. There's at the door. Los, the girl's here. I'm like, okay, tell them come back here. We playing the game, this and third. Why did I get? Not even say I got forced, but I got demanded to get off the game and become go to her street home court and triple dunking her by her cousin.
Now, just to pause
They sacrificed her.
We're gonna pause right here before we continue. So, side note here, right? So, like I said, one of the girls was a ringleader, right? And when I say ringleader, I meant she was the one who would just how you put it, whore her friends out. I mean, matchmake her friends, right?
Matchmaking is a good word.
We're gonna go with matchmaker. Okay, so first, we're gonna come back to this. First friend, she sacrificed to another person just off of rip. Oh, I got somebody for you through the lob, right? Now, I'm not a hater. I was supposed to take care of this, right? I'm gonna just put this out there. I was supposed to take care of it. I don't know what went left. The ball went over my head. I missed the lob. I don't know what. I don't know what happened.
Dunking that day.
So that happened with that situation. So this same person, she has her cousin who she throws to my bro, and like I said, over the period of time, like I said, they
talking,
getting to know each other, blah blah blah. So she wanted, for whatever sick reason, she wanted my brother to sacrifice her because at this point in time, this is when Jodi was nailing everything down to the floor. You hear me? This is when Jodi was nailing everything. Hardwood countertop, nail it down. You hear me? So she putting in work. So she was like, you know what? I need you to take care of that. Take care of that.
And I'm like, how? Mind you, in the back of my head, I'm like, how you just gonna offer your cousin up like that? But
sacrificed her.
This is back in my young, not even young boy days. It was just back in my young days. So I was like, I'm playing the game. She came in there, turned the game off. Not grab my controller. She grabbed my controller, turned the game off in the middle of me playing, and was like, all right, y'all get out the room. You come in here. and shut the door. I'm like,
Did you hear how that sounds? Like she stopped what he was doing and said, all right, playtime over. Handle business. Like, who are you?
so I'm like, is this what we really doing? So I kind of looked at me. I looked at her. I'm like, fuck it.
You could have now, before you continue, you could have said no. I don't want to do this. Lo said, fuck it.
So I was like, fuck it. So, doing our thing, this and the third. We thinking they outside or whatever. Why are they at the door listening?
Women crazy, man.
Like they're literally at the door, ears to the door, listening, this and the third. So in the midst of us being grown at that time, we was being grown, and I was putting in work, this and the third. All you hear is them at the door making noise. Yo, shut up, be quiet, shut the fuck up. As soon as she said that and it got quiet, all you hear is,
I wonder what was that?
The term back in the day that they used was queef, I believe. Is that what y'all used? Queef?
Oh, that's funny. That's all I got to say. That was a loud ass queef. But yo, she woke the whole neighborhood up, yo.
Hey, yo, so just that time, like, just every time we bring up street home court, that's the first thing that comes to our mind. So it's like, how, Sway? How?
All I gotta say is to the ringleader, you are wrong for what you did, and I hope you're behind bars for your accusations that you took place in, because no means no, okay? No means no, no matter how good it felt. No means no.
It did feel good, and she definitely was. Yes, I did my job.
Hey, I was wondering, did you eat it?
No, I did not.
Wow, this is before who he was now. This was early in the game where he barely even wanted to touch it.
Yeah.
Now what? But yeah. So anytime you see Joseph on the street, just say, yo, you want to play home court? He'll know exactly what you're talking about, okay?
First off, you acting y'all want to play home court, you better be on your P's and Q's.
No, yeah, he was no slouch. This nigga he was good as hell in that game now. So if you play him, you're going to get that work. So just keep in mind. But if you see him on the street, like, yo, I got home court. That's my favorite game. You got Jodi right there. You got him. So that's just, like I said, now we can bring it back to the conversation.
Great story.
So yeah, so that was NBA Street. What was the question? You already did what's your favorite video game. What's the game that you think that's popular that everyone likes, but you don't understand why? I'm gonna say Fortnite for me. I can never get jiggy with it.
Yeah.
Or Minecraft.
Yeah, Fortnite, Minecraft, and that's about it. Like and then all them other games, so like Red Dead Redemption, Harry Potter, Hogwarts, what's that, Elder Ring or Elder Scrolls or whatever.
Yeah, I never liked that shit.
Yeah, those games I can't get into them like that, so it really wasn't a fan for me, honestly. Like all the extra side quests and mystical things you got to do, fighting demons from other worlds and stuff. I couldn't get into all that shit.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of those type of games either. But like I'm trying to get out my ways because I play very certain type of games, but I try to mix my play style up now. That I'm older and my mind's more advanced. I try to get a challenge. So like Hogwarts Legacy, I played that game. I beat it. Trash. Elden Ring, never in my life. Will never touch that game. Fuck that. Elder Scrolls. Now Skyrim, if you know, you know.
Yeah, see, I could care less about all them shits that he just said.
But like I said, it is what it is. What game have you spent the most hours on, you think?
So is this talking about play? I don't know. That's hard because it depends. Like 2K, and that's because we, like I said, Team Heat, we would play on it together. This and a third. Call of Duty, 2K or Call of Duty. I would say even if we're talking about now, but if we're talking about back in the day,
shit. anything from the PS2 days, I probably would say. But recently for me, probably Call of Duty. Just over the years, like.
Yeah,
played Call of Duty for countless amount of hours.
That's why I said 2K or that's why I said 2K or Call of Duty is top in the food chain of hours playing in this and the third.
Have you ever pretended to be sick to get out of something so you could play video games?
Hell no.
I haven't. I haven't pretended to be sick, but I've. So my freshman year in college, right? This is when Black Ops, the first Black Ops came out. I'll never forget. Me and my roommate, we would stay able to play Black Ops all the time. Me and him, we basically had like the same type of classes because we both were accounting majors at the time. So he had got Black Ops 1, dog. When I tell you, I forgot what was it, psychology or whatever class it was. We did not go because we was playing Call of Duty the whole fucking day.
Nah, I went to class and everything. Like even when they back in the day, if y'all know the midnight releases for like Call of Duty and GTA, I definitely did those. But my ass was in class the next morning, so I
Fun,
wasn't
fun times. I don't care what you say. Fun times. Fun times. You hear me?
I wasn't missing school for no damn video game. I
We
played
ain't
that
miss
shit.
school. We was still, you know what I mean?
Nigga,
I
you missed class. That's
emailed
cool.
my teacher, hey, can I get the notes for today? Why weren't you in class? I ain't feel like getting out of bed. We're grown. It's college. We do what we want. She used to email me this stuff anyway. Shout out to you. But yeah,
He took that teacher to the street home court.
Nah, I would have. Oddly enough, so I went to school in central PA in the mountains. So she went. So it was like literally me and like somebody else from Delaware. Everybody thought Delaware was like this, you know. Ooh, Delaware, what's that? Ooh, what's that? That's a state. I thought that was. I'm like, how you not know Delaware was the first state? Y'all didn't learn that in school.
When it came to Delaware chapter, they didn't care.
Like, that's all motherfuckers care about. Delaware, are you from Delaware? Oh, is that a bunch of farms? Is that this?
Not
and
a
then
bunch
that
of
this?
farms.
I'm like, you people idiots. Really? Like, come the fuck on. But yeah, she had got her master's at Del State. She had lied to me and said she was from Delaware, but she was from like Virginia or some shit like that. So I was like,
DMV area.
at the time I was there, I was the only person from Delaware until my cousin came the next semester. So I was like, oh, Delaware this, Delaware that. Oh my God. And I used to wear like, so me, when I'm out places, I used to wear like, I had a bunch of UD stuff even though I didn't go to UD. Cause I was like, oh, you from Delaware?
man.
Yeah, I used to rep Delaware because I'm like, I'm the only person here. So yeah, Delaware this, Delaware that. But yeah, shout out to, she was my psychology professor. I forgot what her name is because it's been so many years, but shout out to her. She actually let me and my roommate like shadow her when she had clients,
That's what
which I'm
y'all
pretty
call
sure
it.
is probably illegal. But yeah, I learned a lot from her. It was her reason that I actually wanted to go to school for psychology, but then I changed. So shout out to her. But yeah, moving right along. What is the last game that you had beat? It's a good question. Spider-Man 2. So let's get my beat. Spider-Man 2.
Shit, I don't know. Probably the first Spider-Man 1 on the PS5, well PS4 or whatever. Yeah, Spider-Man. That was the last one. I didn't play 2 yet or get 2 yet. So
Yeah, Spider-Man 2. Before that, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk on Nintendo Switch, and then prior to that, might have been Hogwarts Legacy.
probably was because you definitely playing that bullshit.
Yeah, I played when that game came out. I played the shit out of that game, and then I never touched it ever again.
Mr. Bippity Boppity Boo ass nigga.
Hey, you know what it is. Ravenclaw, stand up. You heard?
Whatever.
Call, nigga. What? Yeah, Harry don't want none of this.
I
You feel
want to
me?
be that so raven.
You're a hater. Shouldn't you be playing basketball somewhere? Basketball, man.
That's right.
Are there any games that you're playing right now at the moment?
2K and Call of Duty. That's it. And then
Yeah, me
Uno
too.
when we get there.
Yeah, me too. I agree. Yeah, because we play most of the same games online. So, but outside of those two, yeah, that's the only thing I'm playing at the moment. I still haven't. So here's the thing. So when it comes to games coming out, right? If they're not the must play, I'll just have it. So like I said, Call of Duty 2K, we always play those games. So that takes priority over everything else. When Spider-Man 2 came out, that was the only thing I played. Hogwarts Legacy, when that came out, was the only thing I played because I wanted to beat to get out of the way. And then I brought Final Fantasy 16 when it came out. I still haven't played it yet. So that's the next game.
So that's sitting in the case still?
That's just sitting on my system. I brought that shit when it first came out.
And how much did you pay for that game?
$70.
Y'all see that? He got $70 not even open and just sitting there.
Hey, I'm going to get to it eventually. They said it's a long-ass game anyway. I don't be playing the game as much as I used to, so it's just there. I played the shit out of Final Fantasy 15, beat the shit out of that game. I look forward to doing it on 16.
Let's see when Final Fantasy came out.
But it came out in June? Summertime. Let's just say that. Summertime. It came out in the summertime.
Which one was it?
16. It came out in the summertime, and I still haven't played it yet. It's just sitting on my console. I'll get to it one day.
Let's see. Yeah, June 22nd of 2013.
Yep, so it's literally just been sitting there. I think I turned it on one time.
This nigga brought a game damn near last year, 6 months ago, whatever.
Hey, I got more time to play it now. Eventually.
If you say so. I would have been cracked that bitch up.
Then the following question was, what game do you plan on playing next? So outside of that, Tekken 8 come out this month. If you try to run the ones, give me some time. I'm not a beast or anything like that, but give me some time. We can run the ones and we can get it popping.
Nah, I'm waiting for. I want Dragon Ball to come out. That's what I'm waiting for. Dragon Ball come out. I want all the Fade. I don't care if people been playing this thing. I want the Fade. And then we gotta wait 2 years for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, 2025 Grand Theft Auto 5. It's gonna be a movie. You hear me?
Since it's supposed to be in Miami, like Vice City, so that should be legit tough.
I hope it's everything that we wanted to be and more, because I ain't gonna lie, they dragged the shit out of Grand Theft Auto 5, bro.
All the extra shit that they added to it, and this and the third heist and all. Yeah, I ain't got time for it no more. Give us the new shit.
Like the fact that they've really been dragging that shit out, and that shit came out on every console damn near since it launched. And I went to the midnight release for when Grand Theft Auto 5 first came out.
I did too. I was in
it was
college
cold
when
as
it came
shit.
out.
I would never forget that. And I think, lucky for me, I was off the next day, so I was like, all right, I actually took forever to get the game. And then once you installed it, online wasn't working for shit. You kept doing the part where you had to steal a car. That shit would not work, so I just got pissed off and was like, fuck this game. But Grand Theft Auto 5 was fun while it lasted. If you haven't played it, which I'm pretty sure everyone probably has, check it out before 6 comes out. You got enough time.
Facts.
In your opinion, what's the best video game console? PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Don't even matter which one, but if we're being specific, PS2. Let's be real.
Gold. PlayStation 2.
Let's be real.
Overall, PlayStation is where it's at. Sony definitely did their thing. Xbox has some cool games. Halo, I give it to, when it comes to Xbox, Halo is what I give them. But anything else, PlayStation is beating them. But yeah, PlayStation is top tier, the best system to have. Can't go wrong with it.
You know, it's a funny story that you said it, because I've never owned the PS2 until I was older in life. Now, quick story time here. Story time with Hakaii. So at the time when the PS2 came out, right? So my older brother on my dad's side, he had every fucking video game console. I don't know why he was rich or whatever. He literally had every game console. So he had the PS2, he had the Dreamcast. He had the whole Dreamcast set up with the keyboard. He was on the internet and all that, playing games and shit like that. So at this time, I only have a PlayStation 1. And it's like, okay, Christmas time comes out, PS2 drop. My mom didn't get me one. I asked for it for Christmas. I don't know why. So my mom was kind of like, she calls herself trying to be like forward thinking and being innovative. She always tried to get me stuff that was new, that people really didn't have yet. So I got an Xbox when it launched. That was my gift for Christmas.
It was a big dookie black
And when
thing?
I tell you, yo, I'm forever grateful, right? But
that nigga lying?
I wanted a PS2, dog. I was so fucking mad.
He was one of them kids, you had one job.
For real. Like, I want a PS2. Nah, you gonna get this Xbox. It's new. And nobody got one yet. You gonna be the only one to have it. You gonna be so cool. I'm like, I don't want this shit, man.
Big ass dookie controller.
Yeah. Yes, and that's the one I had. They call it the Duke. I had one of those, and then my mom she got me a second controller, which was the smaller one, which is the S controller. But boy, when I tell you, having the Xbox, I was tight, because I'm like, don't nobody want this shit. All the good games is on PS2. Your Smackdown versus Raw. All the good games.
Sly Cooper, Jack and Dexter, Midnight Club, Double Edition. Oh my God.
Nigga, we had, well, other than the sports games that was on the other consoles, the exclusive games, the only thing I remember playing is Jet Set Radio Future. GOAT, by the way. GOAT. I think I had Halo.
Halo was the only good game for Xbox. I'm trying to tell you all.
And I forgot what other bullshit games I had. But other than that, I got the regular games too. Like, your Madden, your Live and shit like that. But it's like, I'd rather have it on PS2.
The graphics wasn't the same.
At least I go over my friend's house.
Playing the game on Xbox, playing it on PlayStation, totally different.
I will give them that. Xbox graphics were a little bit better. But PS2 was the shit. It was the popular console. So, of course, I wanted the same console that my friends had. So, that's the reason why, like I said, I always pick PlayStation over Xbox. But since I didn't start out, I started out with the original PS1, which my mom got for Christmas.
The
I
great one.
remember that when she brought that home. I had the green, the see-through green
Controller?
controller. That shit was tough. You hear me? And then I was like, all right, cool. The PS2 coming out. Can't wait to get this. Nah, we getting Xbox.
It is.
Like, what the fuck? And then I didn't get another PlayStation until the PS4 came out. Because once I was already a part of the Xbox
you are
ecosystem, I stayed with the Xbox. So the Xbox, then the 360, then I had the Xbox One, and then I got to a point where I was rich, right? So my dream. I was envious of this one person who I went to school with. This nigga had all the games for every console. So he had every console, right? So I'm like, dog, how do you have Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation? My nigga, what do? You sell drugs? So fast forward, years come later, so I was able to get. So when I had the Xbox One, and then the newer model of it came out. So then I said, you know what? I want a PS4. So this is random shit too. The next day or like 2 days later, I really woke up and went and got a PS4 from the store, and I was like, yeah, I have two. Now, mind you, I have an Xbox One. Oh, I'm already ingrained in Xbox. I got 2K, man, everything's on Xbox. So I had this PlayStation just sitting there. I ain't got no games because I'm not about to buy the same games twice. So whatever games I didn't have on Xbox, that's what I got for PlayStation. And then when I found out that the bros had PlayStations, I was like, oh, word. So that's when I started getting Call of Duty and 2K. So long story short, my Xbox that I had malfunctioned, whatever. So that kind of led to me switching back to PlayStation primarily. And that's what I'm still with to this day. I have a PS5. And then while I still had the Xbox One and the PS4, I got Nintendo Switch. Same bullshit. When that came out, I was like,
yeah,
let me get that. And then I went and got that. So then I had 3 systems for a while until I got rid of my Xbox. So now I just got a PlayStation and a Switch.
The good thing about me, it was me. So it's just me and my brother. So I'm the oldest. So if I had something, my brother had to get it. Good thing is he liked the Xbox. So when I go back and say we had everything, like I said, we had the Sega, we split that. We had the Dreamcast, we split that. We never had a GameCube. I didn't care for that. Then we had a Nintendo 64, split that. Then had the PS1, had that. PlayStation came out. PlayStation 2 came out. I got that. She got the Xbox from my brother. The Xbox 360 came out. I had the PS3. So we both. So it was like we had all the consoles and we had our own room. So he was the Xbox guy. I was the PS2, PlayStation guy. So it worked. It worked out perfectly for us. And even to this day, I'm PS5. He got the latest Xbox. So it worked out.
Shout out Vontae. We see you out here.
Yes, Taser.
But yeah, very divided household. Me, like I said, primarily, like I said, my older siblings, they are my brothers primarily. They had all the video games. My sister, she wasn't really a gamer, but one specific memory that I do remember my sister. Right, my sister was so cool. I'll never forget this. So PS1 days, I forgot which Resident Evil this was. I was a scared little kid, so I couldn't fuck with the zombie shit at all. That shit terrified me. And I think it was Nemesis 3. I think that might have been Resident Evil 3 with Nemesis, the big ugly nigga with the trench coat and the fucked up face, right? Looked like a nigga from Uptown. So like, people don't know. He'll randomly appear out of nowhere, chase you around, blah, blah. I'll never forget my sister, who didn't even fuck with video games. My sister played that shit, and I think she beat Resident Evil. And I was just like, oh, she's the coolest ever, because I couldn't fathom the thought of playing that game because I was fucking scared of zombies and shit. But shout out to my sister though, because she a real one.
Punk ass.
But what's your favorite genre of video game? Me right now, it's still sports. Sports holds the title.
I would say right now sports, but like we said, go back to the GOAT days. It was more like the action adventure type. Like PS2, PS3 was definitely the action and adventure games. Like actually playing the game and completing the mission. Like I wasn't worrying about not the side mission, but doing like multiplayer. I was more of like the campaign and doing the actual mission. So those days that's where I was at. So yeah, definitely action and adventure and shit.
Yeah, I would say that too. You can definitely tell how the landscape of video games changed from the PS2 days to now. Like I said, those games, it felt like they put more time and effort into them, knowing that they couldn't just do you couldn't download an update or a patch. You got the full game, and they made sure that shit was on
slide
point.
Your mic back, just in case. I was saying slide your mic, just stand back. Okay.
But yeah, like I said, definitely I would say that too. But sports now, you just get your favorite team, make your favorite player, make a player, and just rock out, do it the way you want, or you play with friends. So definitely sports for me. Speaking of sports games, do you prefer to play multiplayer games or play games solo?
It all depends. So like, it really depends on the type of move. Cause like, you can play this game
He
solo.
definitely likes playing them solo. Back to that NBA Street home court, but you know.
No, that was a team sport. That was a team.
Oh,
game.
you're right. I'm sorry. It was a team game.
That was a
Two
team
on two.
game. That was a team. No, it was actually 1-on-1.
Either way, continue.
It really
Poor.
it really depends on the mood I am. Cause like, you can play the game and get bored after doing like 4 games. But if I'm playing on multiplayer or playing with, like I said, with y'all, I can be on for 3-4 hours and not even realize we've been on that long. But I know if I'm playing 2K and I play on Hall of Fame 12 minutes, that's just me. I get 2 games and I'm like,
Shit, bored.
nigga, I'm tired of
This shit
averaging
was
a
boring.
quadruple double and cooking niggas. Like, I'm tired of this shit.
That's how I am with Call of Duty. I'll play Call of Duty. I'll run about 5 matches and be like, shit's ass. And just stop
when
playing that
when you
shit.
playing with your bros or somebody, it's just when you talking and then y'all winning, then y'all losing, then y'all winning, then y'all losing, then y'all lose. I'll be running back. When you win, all right, let's stay back on. So it's like, it's literally like
Up and down, yeah.
you never know.
And that rolls into the next question. What's the longest amount of time you've sat and played video games nonstop?
That one night we was on 2K. And
Nigga, we had to be on that bitch for at least
we thought
6 hours.
it was so bad that in the game, mind you, we're playing. So on 2K, they have a thing called Park when you're playing outside or second third. It was so bad, and how long we was on there? It started during the day. The time zone on there went to night, and then came back to the morning time.
We was getting hold, man. We was getting hold, dog.
We was like, yo, did y'all notice that? And they were like, what? I like, yo, we was playing in broad daylight, end up playing in the dark, then end up playing in the day again. Like, it was over 12 hours on the game, and like, that's just crazy. Like,
We was getting hold, like. And the type when we really get when it comes to playing Park, when we really feel it, it's like, all right, bro, we'll get. See, this is our problem. All right, one more win, we get off. We'll get our win, and then like, all right, one more, then we won't win again for forever. So this night in particular, that's exactly what happened.
And it's crazy. It's the way we win, cause like we had games where we won by 2, won by 3, won by 4. Like we had close games third, but then it'd be the nights where we're cooking and winning by 10, 12, skunking niggas, and we just start feeling it. And then back to Ronnie 2K, he's looking at us like, oh, so y'all niggas think y'all want to have fun. Play this Pro Gold 100 and O team.
Trash.
Nigga, what?
I hate it.
Ronnie hates us.
With some great content, though, subscribe to our Twitch channel, by the way. We're going to bring it back.
Oh, yeah.
Twitch.tv/TheBidGaming or Twitch.tv/RugalKTA. That's my personal Twitch channel. But anyway, this, like I said, this session in particular, like I said, so we won. I forgot how many games we won, and then we just went on a fucking drought. And then it got so bad, it had to be like damn near like 5 going on 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Last game, damn near I can't even keep my eyes open. I'm dying. I'm tired, bro. We got to get this done.
Is that on the that we recorded that one. It got to be on the YouTube channel.
I'll never forget. So we coming down the court, dying. I have no energy left. I say, yo, come on, we got to win. I don't give a fuck what it is. Game point, come down the court. I have my person's drained. I have no energy because we just been running around the court.
All I'm doing is getting a rebound. I'm like, can y'all please just make it? I'm tired.
We throwing up bricks. Me and bro throwing up bricks, and he just getting rebounds. He kick it out to me, do a little bullshit screen. I come across the court, did a fake little hop step jumper, and wet that joint. I got off the game. It was pure joy and jubilation. You hear me?
Yeah, when this video come out, make sure you find a clip so we can insert the clip for the YouTube page for the video. Cause
that shit was terrible, but it felt so good to win. I felt like shit later that day because I slept really the whole fucking day.
We felt like we won our first championship. Like, nigga, y'all couldn't tell us shit.
Couldn't tell us nothing. Then we was right back doing it again like 2-3 days later. Like, what the fuck? It's in our blood. That's what we do, man.
Yeah, 2K is where it's at. That ain't Call of Duty, but 2K is where it's at.
Definitely. What's your favorite 2K since we talking about 2K all time?
Shit. I don't know.
For me,
what was the one with the 3 people on there? Blake, Derrick Rose,
13 or 12.
One of them, or 16, or 2K16. One of them. Whatever one everybody's saying is the GOAT. I think it was at 2K16. Everybody was saying, or 15.
That's the one with Curry and them on the front, right?
I think so.
Curry, Harden, and somebody else.
Yeah.
Me personally, it's a tie. So for me, we know the greatest 2K of all time is 2K11
Yes.
with Jordan on the front.
Yes.
You know that,
Yes.
but that's not my go-to 2K. My go-to 2K5, $20. They had live. They had EA Sports scared when they dropped that. That's my second favorite. My first favorite, 2K17 was a banger. So 2K14, 2K17 was that run was just a banger.
Let's
and
see
then
what they
2K14 when they first brought Park out, we used to get that's when I was streaming mad early. We used to get those runs on 2 on 2, and then 3 on 3s.
2v2s.
We used to be on. I used to be on the court. That's when it was like fun to be online. It wasn't no cheating. It wasn't no Zen bots. None of that cheating shit. Park was fun, and I think 14 was the one where they first did the badges. You only got 6 badges, or 5, I think, and you got to switch them bitches out based on your stats. So you used to put that posterizer on there. Boy, used to throw lobs and get it in. So I'll definitely say, so 17. Okay, so 17 and 14.
So they did. So I think it's 20 of
5.
them. So they have 22K NBA 2K. So ranking them.
Nobody played the first 4 2Ks. Be for real.
So number 1, they got NBA 2K2. That was back in 2001. Number 2, they got 2K1 back in 2000. Number 3 is NBA 2K17.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is 2K13. Number 5 is 2K12. Number 6 is 2K11. Number 7 is ESPN basketball.
That's 2K4.
Number 8 is 2K3. Number 9 is 2K23. Number 10 is 2K18.
Yeah.
Yeah. 11 is 2K14. 12 is 2K16. 2K15 was 13. 2K5 is 14. 2K10 is 15. 2K6 is 16. 2K7 is 17. 2K9 is 18. 2K19 is 19. And then, yeah.
Interesting. Like I said, outside, I think once 2K switched to PlayStation and Xbox, that's when they really took off. Because originally, for people who don't know, quick little history lesson here, right? So when the Dreamcast came out, they had whatever beef they had with EA Sports. EA Sports was not going to publish no sports games on the Dreamcast. So no NBA Live and no Madden. So that's why 2K came out with 2K Sports. You had your 2K basketball and football. Quick little fun fact.
2K football.
Don't quote me 100%, but I know that's kind of whatever the process was. Same thing happened with Xbox when they came out with their first system. A lot of people don't remember Xbox Sports. I think that's what it was. That was their version of EA Sports because they was beefing at whatever point, whatever was going on. You had your NBA Inside Drive. That was their basketball game. Mm-hmm. Then you had NFL Fever, which was their football game. They had Top Spin, which was
golf.
Or
baseball.
No. Tennis? It was tennis, I think.
Probably.
I think it was tennis.
Top spin, yeah.
I think it was tennis. Then they had the snowboarding game, Amped. I said Fever. They had hockey too. Basically, that was their version of EA Sports. So they basically had all their sports games that they made. They're pretty good too, but they killed them off. And then they got whatever they did. They fixed the shit with EA. Then they was able to get Madden and your live and your fucking hockey and your baseball. So quick little fun fact. So
I got a question. If you had 4 games to pick, don't matter the year it came out, whatever. You have 4 games to pick right now and do a remaster.
Pac-Man.
But do a remaster.
Pac-Man.
What 4 would they be?
Pac-Man, Mrs. Pac-Man. Pac-Man goes to jail. Pac-Man fucked my baby mom. That was a Japanese exclusive. What was the question?
If you could remaster 4 games, so take 4 games and bring them till.
Why 4? That's such a weird number.
All right, top 5. How about that? Is that better?
3. We'll do 3. Let's do 3.
You could have did 5, but okay, do 3 then.
I'll do 3.
Let's see.
Well, finish the question. You said that's the question. If you could remaster,
Yeah,
3
if
games?
you could remaster them and put them on the PS5 right now, what 3 would you do? And then I got another question after we answer this.
Remaster, so definitely Def Jam Fight for New York.
Okay.
Any of the NBA streets.
Okay.
Well, NBA Street in general, but
Okay.
it can be either one. Any game of
Okay. Okay. So Def Jam, and then you say NBA Street. I'm gonna see if you're gonna say the third one. If not, I'm gonna say it.
you said remaster would become. Fuck it, give me Fight Night. We need new boxing games.
Oh yeah.
We need new boxing
Okay,
games.
that
Bro.
was 3.
We need new boxing games.
So I would say Def Jam for sure. Sly Cooper. I said what I said.
Swiper, no swiping.
And the GOAT. Midnight Club Double Edition.
Too bad we never getting that ever in life.
Just imagine doing a double edition with the Bugatti or the
Yeah,
left.
yeah, it's called Grand Theft Auto Online, motherfucker. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Rockstar.
Bro, like just to imagine Midnight Club Double Edition
You gonna keep
right now.
You gonna keep imagining because we ain't never gonna get it. All right.
that would be tough.
You won't be racing cars on GTA 6, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Pink slip.
I'm just saying, just to imagine, nigga, you racing a Bugatti and you in a Honda, starting off rip, and then you put the superpowers of roar and then
Nigga,
the time thing.
First of all, bro, you're not smoking a Bugatti in your fucking Honda Civic with the Nas on there and the Hemi engine, bro. Cut it the fuck out,
nigga. Then the soundtrack. Oh my god, Midnight Club was tough. Double edition. Oh my god,
underrated. So, would you say that Midnight Club that's your GOAT racing game?
Yeah. That then it would be Underground for like Need for Speed, but
I would definitely say. If I'm gonna say my GOAT race game is definitely Midnight Club Double Edition 3, but my top 3 video games, racing video games for me would have to be the Double Edition 3, Underground 2, and Crazy Taxi. It's like nah.
niggas said Crazy Taxi.
Forza for me. I like Forza Horizon. That's my shit. So I'll definitely say that. Speaking of GOATs, what's your GOAT sports game all time?
GOAT sports game of all time. Fight Night. It's between Fight Night and Def Jam. And I'm talking about Fight Night Champions.
I ain't mad at that. GOAT sports game for me.
SS Tricky.
Very underrated. But no.
Snowboarding head ass nigga. Tony Park.
It would have to be between. I'm glad you said that.
See?
It's definitely between Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and NBA Street Fighter 2. Like I said, it's definitely between those two.
All right, I got another question. Out of all the games you played, your top 3 hardest bosses that you beat. What game pissed you off?
That I beat, that took forever. I bet. So this ain't in order, but we're gonna give it to you anyway. So Isaac Frost. Isaac Frost.
Fight Night Champion.
First of all, they got Isaac Frost 3 times. That's it.
If y'all played Fight Night back in the day, Isaac Frost on Fight Night Champion when you had to go through the story mode and you had to play as this nigga to fight your brother. That
First of all, that was the fun part because you fucking got you beat him in like 10 seconds. But when you go to get your lick back, you gotta go with the whole 12 rounds with the broken hand and all the other bullshit. You want to talk about pain? You want to talk about angry?
Yo, it literally like you had to survive the first 3 rounds.
Crazy.
Then you couldn't punch with your left. You had to get this many body shots in this many rounds. You couldn't end this round on this much damage. And then the last round 11 and 12, you just got the power in you and just went ham and beat his ass.
Yeah, but like I said, the running was the easy. See, that's what I hate about that the most. The running was the easy part. I could hit you and just run around the ring. But that second part, you gotta figure it out. And then it was the way you can't punch with your left hand or whatever.
Or take the
But
damage.
the minute that nigga swing on you twice, you're on the ground. So you want to talk about pain? That's what I'm gonna say. That's one of the many times where once I finally beat the nigga, I felt like I could do anything. You hear me? I felt like I could go outside and run a marathon. I felt like I could fix a car. I feel like I could find my baby mom, like, and get her to stop arguing with me. Like, it was just such a good victory. It was like, finally. And then you're like, all right, time to do it again. No? Nigga, what? I beat that nigga one time and kept it moving. Never fought that nigga again.
So okay, so that's
So
my
I would say
one
Isaac. So Isaac Frost.
Fight Night champion.
Any of the Valkyries from the first God of War 2018, because that was a bitch and a half. I lost sleep over that.
God of War was definitely top tier game.
Trying to think of another boss. Any fucking janky ass fighting game where you gotta fight the final character, the final boss.
All right, so since you talking about that, which was harder, D-Mob on Def Jam Vendetta, Crow on Def Jam Fight for New York, or Crack on Def Jam Fight for New York?
Probably Crack, because all he did was fucking grab. These Crow would just beat the shit out you. D-Mob would just slam the shit out you, but Crack would just... And see, this is what I hated the most about the bosses on there. Any nigga that had submission was a bitch on that game, dog. Fucking Magic, Crack, even fucking Nori was a bitch on that game. Oh my God. Because literally, I could just grab you and just choke you out. And you can't block that shit.
At all.
Then you got a button mash to get the health to go up. The meter to go up so you can kick out. Like, that shit was ass.
Yeah, that nigga Joey Crack was just power.
All that nigga did was cheat and grab. And that's what I hate about that. As good as those games were, those games was fucking jank. Because the computer could block immaculate, but you block, you can't do shit. Shit was ass.
That Jeff New York was definitely goated. Like, nigga, they had the crowd involved, so you could throw the nigga into the crowd and get hit. It was just a lot of goat stuff. Like, the graphics now, like I said, if they could really they could remake Def Jam and put the rappers in today, that should be tough.
It's gonna cost them a whole lot of money to do that shit. That's why they're not doing it. But my thing is, even if you don't, see, this is my thing, right? If you can give us a Def Jam game and don't even use actual people, I'll take that. Like, you can pay the license to use the songs or the music in the game or whatever, and then just make fucking regular characters, and just like how they did with Fight for New York, they had a bunch of characters who weren't actual people. You could do it like that. You reuse them assets or reuse them people. You ain't got to use the actual people because that's what's going to cost your arm and a leg. But definitely, we need another Def Jam game. I don't care who listening. We need another Def Jam game. I don't care what you got to do. We need that. Even if you give us, even if you don't give us Fight for New York, you know what? I'll even go on a limb and say this. I'll take another Def Jam icon.
You better not say that bullshit.
Say what you want. Take away, minus the fact that they took away the good ass finishing moves, the fucking all the characters that you like. The game was good. The game was good to me. Like, the story mode made sense. You get to be a mogul. You get to run a record label. That shit was tough.
Nigga, I went from Def Jam Vendetta was, nigga, you got out of jail. You had to fight your way to the top.
That was a wrestling game.
Got your girl.
That was a wrestling
Got the girl, beat D-Mob, took over. Def Jam Fight for New York. You're fighting for New York. You know, you're on D-Mob's team, running through. This other third, Snoop Dogg, a.k.a. Crow, his team is going through. So now y'all taking over. You got to fight the nigga in the abandoned warehouse with the fire, throwing it out the windows. Like, and then you telling me after all the blazing moves, the fighting, the good stuff.
I run a record label, nigga. What?
You give me Def Jam icon.
Yep, nigga.
And you telling me
I get to sign Young Jeezy and Mike Jones. Nigga.
And you telling me that it's more about a record label and the music.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
And the fighting style that you're doing is slow punching and kicking, and when you grab them, you can just throw them, and then you want to get church music on to give you extra boost. So then you doing the MC Hammer or the MC's mix line.
You ain't fuck with that.
Boom, and then out of the blue, this blows up. Now your music playing.
That
now
shit tough. I don't care what I say.
Now
Y'all gonna put some respect on Def Jam icon, nigga.
You got UTI. I'm Young Jeezy. I'm beating your ass, and now I want to change from your 24s. I want to change my music, and now I'm playing Soul Survivor. Like, nigga, what?
That shit was hard. I don't care what nobody say.
What?
That shit was hard.
Then the way they was fighting, then when you lose, you lay on the ground and show your face beat up and stuff. Then they give you some bullshit slogan and this, that.
That shit was hard.
That was corny.
That shit was hard.
And you know how bad it was corny? Because after they made Def Jam Icon, what did they make? Def Jam rap star. What the fuck is that?
Karaoke bullshit.
Like,
Hey,
nigga,
to be fair, at the time, that's when those games was popping off. So
nigga, don't you
I
ever,
I personally wouldn't have did that, but I can see why they went that way.
don't you ever disrespect Def Jam and
Hey,
keep
to be
talking after
fair,
yo.
Icon had the potential. It just was executed horribly.
Graphics was cool, but like I said, the fighting stuff, like it's just, you can't go from that fighting style to now you giving me this type gameplay. Like you said, story, the record label stuff was cool.
So if it had that and it didn't take out, if they didn't remove the blazer moves and the different fighting styles, because the fighting styles they had was ass.
That's what I'm saying.
And they did this shit. Now looking back at it, that shit's kind of ass too.
Just think about it. We fighting, nigga. I throw you over there. Whoosh. Like, nigga, I'm going from hearing 2024 and this, that, and the third, and I'm hearing Soul Survivor.
That shit was hard. Don't lie. When Soul Survivor was hard though.
But I'm just saying, like, nigga, what? Then you had to pick, and that was the thing. You had to choose what song you wanted, so you're fighting, and then now the way you mix it up, and then you hood, and now
that
like the bass drop. Now your song is playing. Now
that
you
shit hard.
You got a small bit of energy.
And if you was a real one, you played without the health meters on the screen. If you know, you know.
Yeah,
but I agree though. I feel like their intentions was good. They just fell flat. Like I said, they took all the shit out the game that everybody fell in love with the game, because you didn't play those games because they were like super simulation, super technical type games. You played them because you like the arcade bullshit, you like the fun aspect of it. But I feel like, the minute they took that shit up, it was ass. Now, granted, you had everything else. Like I said, the graphics was good.
The storyline was tough.
They had the storyline was cool. They had fucking better clothes and everything. Buy from the store, better jewelry, shit like that.
You could buy clothes. You could. If you could have brought, see, that's like, if they gonna make it like that, you could have brought a card. They could have had you driving. Like they flopped on that game so much.
Yeah, I think whatever the team that worked on the game before that, they switched studios, so they wasn't gonna have none of the sauce.
Because if I could have brought a Benz back in the day, like that, like when Benz and Mercedes and Lexus was tough, like just imagine I could buy the clothes, the rims, I could buy a car. I'm a label, so I'm getting money. Come on now.
Like I said, I feel like they had good intentions. It's just horrible execution. And they suffered tremendously for it.
Yes, they did.
And we still want another Def Jam game done the right way. Will it happen? Never know. But maybe it will happen. Maybe it won't.
Neither here nor there. All right, I got a question.
I'm not the father, no.
I'm going to just bring it up. NBA Live 2005.
Goat.
What made that game so goated?
Mellow.
It's only one reason why I say that game was gold. I don't care what nobody say. You said what?
Why was it so good?
The dunk contest. I don't care what nobody say. The best game mode in any sports game, hands down.
Well, All-Star Weekend. I want to say All-Star Week. Okay, All-Star Weekend, yeah, but because they had the
dunk contest.
They had the presentation to go along with it. Like I said, it was tough. And then, like I said, you had the dunk contest, which we all love. Mr. 720, you look at him right here.
That was cheating. That nigga did the same dunk 3 times.
It don't matter. I did the 720 front ways and backwards. And
pause.
This nigga did, pause. Well, pause. This nigga, he would fucking do. See, this was the thing. I could do the 720s. He would do the lobs and all the bullshit. I couldn't time this shit for nothing, but I knew how to do the damn 720.
Yo, when I tell you, so mind you, it didn't matter who you got. You got Jason Richardson, Vince Carter, LeBron James, Kobe. It didn't matter what dunker you got. It's just, did you know how to dunk? So literally, that was our competition days back in the day. Like,
and then maybe one day when we was bullshitting, we would do the 3-point contest, but that was shitty.
Yeah, the 3-point was bullshit, but it was more the dunk contest because depending on what place you, like, mind you, it was 4 of them. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was literally only certain people knew of the dunk. So if you do the one dunk,
right,
somebody can't do it because now you losing points.
Yep.
For some apparent reason, this nigga only knew how to do the 720 out of all the guys. This nigga was the only one that knew how to do the 720.
They were hating. It was easy
And
too.
when I tell you, he didn't save it. He didn't say, I'm going to use it for the next round because he don't get to the next round. This nigga, the first 2 dunks, 720 going the right way, 720 going the opposite way. And what did he get? A 50?
I was guaranteed.
And a 50.
I was guaranteed to make the finals no matter how many times we play. I don't care if I won. I'm always going to the final round. I don't care.
I hated this nigga. Then he would get mad at me. Yo, you cheating? Because I know how to do the double under the leg, and like he said, I was throwing it off everything, catching it.
And
like
this all so he would do the basic shit and just lob it. That's what pissed me off.
Hey,
Because you could do the same dunk as long as you lob it from a different place. And that would piss me off so much.
I would kick it, catch it up, honey dip. I would kick it, do the front flip, put it underneath my legs. I do the 360 underleg East Bay slam. Like I had flavor. I had different type of energy. What did he have? Some basic ass 720.
You couldn't do it, so how you gonna say it's basic? You couldn't do it.
I still was winning. It don't matter.
Don't matter.
I didn't have that in my arsenal because if I did, he would have been mad.
But you didn't, so that's why that matters. I had it, and I was good at doing it. I feel like they so speaking on dunk contest. So then when 2K started doing it, it was like okay, cool. But I forgot which one that was. 2K. Which one? The one with Chris Paul on the front.
2K9.
So that the bullshit dunk contest on there. We got to jump over the fucking park bench and shit.
The cars and
using the thumbsticks. The shit was ass.
You hit the car.
That shit was ass. And then they had, I forgot which. They still have the dunk contest in 2K, but it's my career. That shit's ass because you can't time the dunks. I said,
no, when it comes to sports games, All-Star weekends, or whatever you want to like, when it comes to basketball games, All-Star weekends, game mode, NBA Live 2005 with Carmelo Anthony on the cover, GOAT. Just the dunk contest by itself is top tier #1 basketball game in history.
And that's back when Live was really killing shit too. So and shout out to Melo because Melo was on the cover of the NBA game and the college game, bro. And back-to-back years. 04 college basketball. Then
Syracuse
Live. Anybody doing that?
The GOAT.
Anybody doing that? But yeah. NBA Live 05. Truth. I'll even go further. NBA Live, so 5, 6, and 7 was cool with me because 6 was D-Wade on the front. That's when they started doing the superstar shit where you can switch between the play styles. That shit was tough.
That playmaker and stuff before 2K days.
That shit was tough.
The high flyer with the slashers.
That's where 2K stole that shit from. 2K, you know you was on some bullshit. You know you stole that from Live.
Now what are we thinking about that? Because they literally had the 3 points. They had the 3-point logo underneath. That means, nigga, you was cooking.
Cooking from anywhere.
You had the dribbling handle thing. Breaking ankles, then the high flyer badge was just dunking on everybody.
Which, if you have Vince Carter was a cheat code because Vince Carter, you had that shit. He could come down the court, bounce it off the ground, and then that shit was tough.
So 2K, we see what you did, 2K.
And then if you was a nigga if you was a nice nigga, like I feel like LeBron, T-Mac, they had all the Jones, so they could switch to all the play styles. That shit was tough. NBA, like I said, NBA Live was the shit before it fell off.
Now 2K, okay, we see that you took some stuff, okay.
Shout out to NBA Live. I'm sad that it died. When it came back, it was cool, but it don't hit the same. It was janky. I think the last good NBA Live might have been 09 with Tony Parker on the front.
Yeah, when they start making the other lives with like Dwight Howard and them on them, like just the gameplay was so janky. Like how you jump that high and dunking the ball? So
it became more jank, and if the games weren't at that point, it was easy for 2K to come say play our game, and they stole that shit. And never give it back. So speaking of GOATs, what's your GOAT wrestling game?
WWE, SmackDown vs. Raw.
The first one?
Let's see.
Well, you know, I'm gonna give it to you straight up. No Mercy. Straight like that. But
SmackDown games was.
But other than outside of No Mercy, Here comes SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain was my shit. Again, even though I didn't have a PS2, that was my shit.
Let's see. Where's all the games? You mean like, hold on. You like the SmackDown vs. Raw, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, introducing ECW, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. You ain't like them?
No. I mean, I like them, but they're not my GOATs. Hell, I'd say fucking...
I really didn't get into WWE 2Ks. I didn't get into them.
The first one with Orton, no, I didn't have that one, but the one with CM Punk 13 with the Attitude Era...
We're talking about 2Ks?
Masterpiece. Chef Kiss. Impeccable. Great. legendary.
Uh, SmackDown Here Come the Pain was the GOAT.
I'm trying to tell you, Here Comes the Pain. The first run of SmackDown for SmackDown was every game was tough, but Here Comes the Pain took it to another level. I think I got that somewhere in my attic too.
Brock Lesnar was on that one. That boy is something else.
He was a beast. You hear me?
Yeah. So looking at it, it went So PlayStation. So it started in 2000, and then up to now. So first one was SmackDown. Next one was SmackDown 2. Then it was SmackDown Just Bring It. Just Bring It was tough. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. Then it was SmackDown Here Come the Pain. Then that's when they started the SmackDown versus Raw thing. And then it was SmackDown versus Raw up until SmackDown versus Raw 11. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 was all SmackDown versus Raw. Then 2K, WWE 12 is when they started the 2Ks.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one was with Randy Orton. And it went 2K. Yep. 2K 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well, they skipped 21 and then went to 22.
I hear voices in my head.
But Just Bring It, Shut Your Mouth, and Here Come the Pain, top 3 back in the day SmackDown game. I don't know why they just. I always wonder why they just had SmackDown on the first one, then they tried to implement Raw. Because SmackDown was that boy. Honestly, that's what I gotta say.
I think SmackDown was the first games. Cause let's be real, nobody played WWE Raw or WWF Raw. That was on Xbox, and that game was shit.
See what we mean? Ain't nobody care about Xbox
that
back
shit
in the
was
day.
Dirt. You hear me? Straight dirt. But it was an Xbox exclusive. They needed some wrestling games. GOAT fighting game.
I really wasn't into the fight games. So like I said, like Fight Night was cool. Nah, I lied. Let me stop the captain. Dragon Ball Z's. Because I wasn't into the Tekkens and all that. I wasn't into the Mortal Kombat. But I definitely did play the Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, Budokai 1, 2, and 3. Tenkaichi.
Classic.
Top tiers.
Fire. Immaculate.
I really, they're coming up with number 4, but I hope that it's not like, what was the recent Dragon Ball Zion universe or shit like that?
Xenoverse?
It wasn't good.
Nah, I think it's a Budokai game.
Okay, so see,
like
Budokai 4, the new Dragon Ball game that's coming out, gonna be tough. I'm definitely going, like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna get that, and they're gonna run the fade. What about you, big man?
Well, other than this illustrious Street Fighter 2, because let's be real, Street Fighter 2 is the godfather of fighting games. Say what you want. Everybody wanted to dick eat.
Who was your favorite?
Everybody wanted to dick eat off of Street Fighter 2. Do your research. Do your homework on Street Fighter 2. This isn't my goal fighting game though, because like I said, this was I was a fucking little kid with like a little kid when Street Fighter 2 was popping. For me, so here's my thing, right? So when I say GOAT for me, it's based off like how many times I played it, my connection to the series. So for me personally, it's Tekken, because I've had every Tekken since the first Tekken. My mom got me the first Tekken when it was on PlayStation.
Yeah, with the box looking character.
So 1, 2, and then since I didn't have a PS2, so I didn't get Tekken Tag, which was that work. My brother had that shit. That shit was tough.
Nigga, but Eddie, and then the kicking nigga Howard or whatever name, nigga.
So outside, so I would say definitely Tekken, and then outside of Tekken, shout out to my mom as well. She the reason why I'm a fan of the King of Fighters series.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
She got me KOF 95 on PlayStation, and I've been a fan of KOF ever since. So my two definitely.
So Mom actually had bangers for you. Look at
Tekken
that.
and King of Fighters is mine, and you can throw Soul Calibur in there if you want.
I could never get jiggy with Soul Calibur at all.
What you mean? You don't take the samurai sword, chop a nigga up like lunch meat?
Those fighting games I couldn't get jiggy with. I couldn't get no.
Your ass.
See me in Fight Night, nigga. How about that?
That's more of a sports game. It's not a fighting game.
It's still fighting. Boxing is considered fighting.
It's boxing. Boxing's a sport.
Knock your head off. Hit you with that flash KO.
Boxing's a sport.
So I can hit you with that flash KO, nigga. What?
Anyway.
Fight Night round 3, nigga.
Anyway, favorite video game from your childhood?
Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper, if y'all didn't play that, Sly Cooper was definitely tough. That was the game that I could constantly play all day, every day.
Thieving ass nigga.
Thieving raccoon.
For me, probably
that or God of War.
We talk about childhood from a little kid.
Oh shit, I know, I got some.
I don't know. Probably Tekken.
Now that was when I can remember. But if we talk about back in the day, like Nintendo 64 playing Mario Kart, that was tough. Or Super Mario or Donkey Kong. Like I said, 007, GoldenEye.
Go.
Those were the games back in the day. Had the little controllers. Those was the games back in the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say the next question was gonna be a GOAT shooting game. GoldenEye got that.
Yeah, GoldenEye.
Oh,
That was back in the day.
You get that GoldenEye, and then 007 Nightfire for when it came out on the GameCube.
PS2.
Woo, boy, you want to talk about heat? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to who made those games. It was tough.
I had a fucking question. What the fuck was I about to ask you? I don't know. It'll come back to me. Go ahead. I know you got another one.
The rest of these questions was ass. What's a game that you say you spent the most amount of money on?
2K.
I would say 2K too, because of fucking buying VC. Like, shit's a scam.
Oh, that's what it was. You know what game we didn't talk about yet? I don't know if we're gonna get there yet, but I'm gonna just bring it up. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
What about it?
That's one of the top tier games. I don't care what nobody say. Cause after you played it, not even after you played it, you would play it. Cause that was the game back in the day where it was the hood. It was a hood game.
Right.
But the part of you had to hide the damn loading screen from your parents if they didn't want you to play or this and third, so you had to hide it or had to turn the volume down. Because I remember back in the day, my cousins older than me, they had it, and I was trying to play it, but I couldn't play it because my mom was around. So I could only play it when she wasn't there, or I would turn it down so she couldn't hear nothing. But Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, clutch. And then the cheat code on there, immaculate. R1, R2, R1, R2, left down, right up, left down, right up.
I would just say PS2. Well, primarily that's where Grand Theft Auto. Though that from Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, Vice City, that whole run right there was on fire.
Crazy thing is, I never beat Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. I never beat, like, I played them, but then I never actually played them and beat them.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
San Andreas actually beat.
Grand Theft Auto 3 was the first Grand Theft Auto I beat. I didn't get that. I didn't have it until it was on Xbox. I think, yeah, that was the first one I actually beat to completion. Like, I beat the shit out of that game. And I'm playing it again because now I have it on my phone.
On Netflix.
I was the first Grand Theft Auto I actually beat until Grand Theft Auto 4 and then Grand Theft Auto 5. Because Grand Theft Auto, you think about it, you're not trying to play that game to beat it. You get on that game, you go around, shoot motherfuckers, run your Warner level up. Like, exactly. I'm not doing no missions.
That's why I said, like that mission on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Follow the train, CJ.
on a dirt bike, and then you had to follow the train and kill the niggas on there.
Which is actually crazy because now, not to cut you off, but now I seen a video of it when somebody did the mission. Literally, you just ride the dirt bike on top of the bridge and sit there and wait for them to ride past.
Exactly, and shoot them.
I'm like, nobody did that.
Niggas was trying to really get on the train.
Yeah, like nobody did
or
that. Or
niggas was really following and to get on the thing and shoot them. You all the way in the country when you finally kill them.
I'm like, yo, nobody. I don't think nobody ever did that. Because that's the case. Why would he say follow the train if you could just go to the spot and pick them off when they ride past?
Fact, when I said, so you telling me
all these years,
I kept losing on this mission, this and the third. And like I said, like you just said, Grand Theft Auto wasn't nobody actually playing it to beat it. So I would do a couple missions, this and the third, and then I'm just going around beating people up, shooting people. But then at the end, when you had to go against your boy Big Smoke at the end, I'm like, oh, that's nigga.
And let's not forget the bullshit mission with the airplane, little toy airplane. Yeah. Bullshit. That shit was janky.
I always hated Grand Theft Autos, like when you had to fly the planes and stuff. I'm like, you know, I got time for this, but I'm not really about to use it.
That shit was janky. Then the controls was just shitty.
But the cheat codes though, because I definitely use that money code, unlimited health, or just regenerate your health.
I just want a jetpack so I can fly around.
Cheating.
And let's not forget the legendary, even though this was cut out the game, the coffee code. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Coffee.
But yeah, definitely saying, like I said, San Andreas. I remember my brother had that for PA because like I said, my brother on my dad's side, he had that, and I was so hyped when he got to the part where you could do the 2-player missions. That shit was
that was tough.
I said, who would have thought? That shit was hard.
CJ and then the girl, or CJ and the brother. It was CJ and Big Smoke. Like it was just tough. Like
that shit was ahead of its time. And they had all the voice actors and shit on there. Like they really dropped that check on San Andreas.
And then the radio station on there was tough.
So
speaking of that, I think it's Los Santos, Big. That was Big Boy's radio. I was listening to his podcast. I'm not his podcast, but he was on All the Smoke podcast. Shout out to them.
yeah, I was watching that. Yeah,
He was saying that Rockstar paid that he had, and nobody knew that was him on Los Santos. I said, "Oh shit," because I always listen to Los Santos when I played the game.
well, probably looking back at it now, you know who that was. But it's Big Boy has been in radio for forever. From when, like I said, when he was actually Big Boy, he was real big.
He said he was like damn near 500,
yeah.
600
He
pounds.
was in Soul Plane. If you remember Soul Plane, when they was in the club, he was at the club. And
Big
he was
Boy!
like, nigga had like 8X t-shirt on. Nigga was huge. But shout out to Big Boy though. Yeah, go shooting game, go fighting game, go sports game.
What's your favorite arcade game? Since we talking about video games back in the day, mine's just Pac-Man. If y'all can see,
Probably any game where I forgot. Oh, what was it? Any game where y'all had to fight, where you like Streets of Rage or anything like that, where you had to like it could be up to 4 people, y'all could fight through the stages. I used to love those arcade games.
Oh, like the Ninja Turtle games and stuff like that. Okay,
like, I used to love those shit, especially if it was like my cousins or something like that. Yo, everybody got $1 on quarters. You'll run it up. Whoever getting locked off first, you get to beat up.
Nigga, why are you? Yeah, so like mine was like I said, it was Pac-Man. So it was to the point where my mom favorite is Miss Pac-Man. So when I had the I think it was the PS4 or PS3, I actually brought like the anniversary Pac-Man game on the PS4, PS3, whatever one it was, and it was like every Friday or Saturday we had family time in the living room, order food or she cooked, and we was in there literally going ham playing different Pac-Man games. And she was feeling like a little ass kid. She hitting high score. I'm just like, what did I just do? But oh well. So Pac-Man is definitely top tier in the throwback games for me.
Oh, Pac-Man holds a very special place in your heart, I see.
Waka, 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 waka.
When it comes to video games, what's more important to you, the action or the story?
The action, fuck the story. Give a fuck about the story.
I think it
because I skipped past the shit anyway.
I think, well, for me, it depends on what type of game it is. Like
that too.
If it's like Grand Theft Auto or something like that, I want a combination of both. But if it's just a story mode, like a one-player game where it's technically just you, if the story is good, 9 times out of 10, it's filled with action. Like God of War, I love God of War. That's one player game.
God of War,
good story, amazing action.
The story,
Spider-Man, same thing.
Yeah. So okay, if that's the case, then yeah, it depends on what game I'm playing. Because if the story's not adding up, I skip past the story and just get the game going on. But like God of War, I sit and watch, and like there's the God of War now. It's okay, but it's not touching God of War back in the day.
Yeah, that shit was just Kratos was that nigga, man.
Kratos was and like when what was that God of War 3 or whatever, when he had to fight all the gods
and he fucked everybody up.
Like that was tough. Now him being a father figure and this and that, come on, boy, and just everything. Like he's not the same violent Kratos that he's more trying to be humble and this and the third.
Sure, he got a jit, man. He trying to raise his son to be a man.
Man, Kratos back in the day was that boy. He didn't care who he was.
He didn't care about nothing. This nigga was so cool. He murdered his own family. You know how cold you gotta be? I mean, he wasn't in his right state of mind, but still,
he knew what he was doing.
That nigga ripped through the whole village, killed his kids, killed his wife. Nigga, that's why he got the ashes on him. Everybody he killed got bonded to his skin. He got wear that with him. It's tough. Kratos, that nigga, man. It's definitely that nigga.
Goat.
What's your favorite video game song or song from a video game?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite video game song.
I don't have one. I don't either. I'm a fan of soundtracks.
Games. Like when it comes to like prime example, 2K has some tough soundtracks depending on who was the engineer or the song producer. Like when I think it was 2013 when Jay-Z was on there. Jay-Z had some bangers that he put on there. So it literally depends on like the soundtrack. But I seen now that on the PS, if you got the Spotify or whatever, you could turn the music off and put your music on while you playing the game. So that'd be definitely tough.
For me, we'll start off simple. I'll go the classic Green Hill Zone from Sonic. Just keep it like that.
This nigga.
If we want to take another step further.
Are you like knocking the rings out, huh?
Yeah, you know something about that. Mr. Sonic Rings. We'll talk about that. But so yeah, that, and then the Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack, all bangers. The music from Animal Crossing go hard too.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah,
Really, nigga?
that shit go in.
Did you really just say Animal Crossing?
Yes, that shit go in.
So you and Cam be playing Animal Crossing, huh?
Yep. Bangers. Was it 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. on the last Animal Crossing? That's my shit.
Nigga get a cat and want to start playing Animal Crossing. What the fuck?
What else? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Oh, Street Fighter 3, Third Strike.
I just love
That
how
soundtrack is tough.
I just love how you're not talking about the GOAT soundtracks of all time. Midnight Club Dub Edition.
That's regular music.
Doesn't matter. Soundtrack. You said that.
That's regular music. I'm talking about specific to a game. That's regular music that they put on the game.
And that was specific to that game.
That's not one of my GOAT soundtracks. Sorry. I see you like it. I get it. But I know. I saw, except when you on that press start screen and that Manny Fresh come on. I'll give you that. That shit was tough. That shit was, house real big. Boy, what?
I'm a real big timer.
Made me feel like I was ready to just put 28s on the G-Wagon and keep it moving. So, but yeah, other than that, and I like fighting game soundtracks too. I like their background music is pretty tough. So,
yeah.
But I give you that, Mr. Manny Fresh, Jody Fresh, Pac-Man.
I'm trying to tell you.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. What's your favorite? We already talked about that. We talked about that. That's whack. I'm not even answer that. Okay, here's a question. What's the worst game of all time? In your opinion.
The worst game of all time? Oh, shit. I don't...
That you've... Okay, well, this says if that you have played. So what's the worst game that you ever played? Let's just go with that.
I don't know. Because they all had something that I liked about it, this and the third. So, like, I don't know.
I didn't like it enough for me to play it. Out of all the games I've played, I'm going to have to go with...
Oh, Jack and Dexter. That wasn't top tier. Like,
you fuck with that?
Not
I mean, neither.
Not really. Like, Jack and Dexter, it was cool, but after a while, like, yeah, I could done without not playing this game. So Jack and Dexter was one. Cause Jack and Dexter 1 was, and Jack and Dexter 2, when he got his superpowers, I think it was 3. One of them, but the Jack and Dexter I could have did without playing.
For me, any PS2 game that was ass. One game that I can think of off the top of my head was probably 50 Cent Bots. Blood on the Sand, the one that came out on 360.
So at the Bulletproof.
That
Bulletproof was tough.
That shit was dirt.
I forgot all about that.
Dirt. Literal dirt. But like I said, Bulletproof, if you know. I know you know.
That was a great soundtrack also. 50 was that boy.
You know, Joseph have came across a recent endeavor that has a whole collection, vast collection of video games. And one of the video games she has is Bulletproof. Was that Xbox she has it for?
Yes, that's for Xbox.
So I'm gonna need you get that.
I wonder how much that costs.
I'm gonna need you grab that off her. So
she don't settle bitches.
That's your next mission.
my side
what's
quest.
it called? Maybe you could do the takedown moves or whatever that shit was called.
I hate you so much. I really want you to know that. You know what? Me and you, Live 05, dunk contest.
Set it up, man. One round though. You better bring your best dunk.
Nigga, we got the tee right here. Now,
all right,
so
well,
we
next
can
time,
get it cracking.
All right, I'm gonna follow the chords and we're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it up.
You can find that, and then we can do fight night too, so I can box it. I'm just telling you, we can get lit in here, dog. So yeah, we got.
So I don't know. Other than that, that's all my good questions I got. Ain't nobody even talk about streaming. Like I said, we do stream. We're gonna get back on the streaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Any other funny video game related stories while we're at it? We already got the stream. We had to talk about the stream home court.
It was my street home court. We talked about 05 dunk contest. We talked about that. No, not really. Like I think that was all. Like I said, when we played 2K when the other person is on with us, he will not be named until he stop being a little bitch and come on the show. But like we have fun with him, and then him bitching about this and the third. I don't know. That's all the stories. You got any stories? Any more stories?
I can't think of nothing else funny. Nah, I can't think of nothing else hilarious. Off the top of my head, no.
Facts.
That's video game related. No, other than you doing the triple dunks, no.
I never missed.
And you playing, and you being Mr. and you playing Pac-Man in real life. I can't think of nothing else.
Wonka 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 wonka.
Yeah, man. That's it for me.
Same here. Great episode. So video games definitely see video games are part of us and how we bond and stuff.
Right.
So definitely.
That's how I look at video games. Video games are more of a bonding thing. Like say you long day, get on with the homies.
Like I said, it's about winning, but we could care less.
Right.
We could care less now.
Right.
The other person, he be bitching about, nah, y'all playing too much. Y'all think it's shit's funny. It's not funny. It's hilarious, nigga.
Right. Especially like when we play Uno. Cause some people playing Uno. We play Uno online.
So
we be bullshit.
So y'all know how they say Uno can break up friendships and families. We got Uno on the PS4/5. Uno flip. Y'all think Uno's a devil? Play that Uno flip and flip that bitch over, and now make a nigga draw 55 cards.
Flip the game on his head.
Like yo, just imagine. You flip the game over, you got one card, and the niggas behind you, and the niggas in front of you, everybody got to draw 5, and you got to time it. That's the thing. When you're playing Uno, you got to time it right. And on the video game, you can jump in. A lot of people don't know that. Like, there's rules on the video game that there's not in real life. Like, that jump-in card is a fucking killer. And if you're not timing it right, or you hitting it by accident, bro, it's
definitely a lot. Like I said, that's another thing for 2024. We're going to get back into video game streaming. We're going to get back into playing Uno online and putting that on streams so we can get back to having fun. So if you play on PlayStation 4 or 5, hit us up. We can get some games going because we like having fun and talking shit online.
Facts. And like I said, we can do 2K because if the other person don't want to play, like I said, my boy that I work with, he got 2K and he got a 1, a 3, or a 5. So he can definitely be the one.
Like I said, y'all will play video games with us. Let us know, man. Like I said, we're here, we're available. Can we just work? Other than that, any last words, my brother?
Nah. Episode 7, video games was a wrap. What you think about for next? What's our next episode? Or are we gonna talk about it off here?
I don't know. It probably come up just like how this came up.
Yeah,
see something, unless it's something that we want to talk about off rip. We'll see something, but yo. Let's talk about that, and then we'll just build around that and make an episode.
Facts. So. Like we said, we trying to at least do every week and get it out, or every other week. So we're trying to stay focused and stay constant on it. But yeah, once y'all see this, or even if y'all got some topics y'all want to hear or see what our point of views on it, they're going to be funny, going to be serious. If y'all got some topics y'all want to hear or see about, send comment on the videos, send us a DM. Let us know, and we can do it, and we can go about that. If you want to be a guest on the show, we can make that work too. We just got figure out y'all time and everything, and we can get y'all on.
Facts.
Cause we definitely did get a new mic. Got some new equipment for the spot.
Yeah, we got another mic. So might get another one depending on if we need one. But now we have 3 mics, and like I said, with the soundboard, we can have people on via FaceTime or phone call as well too. So you can call in and join the show or be on the show via FaceTime if you can't be here physically. So we're looking forward to collaborating with more people moving forward and making more content for the people.
And then, like I said, from Jump Street, our podcast is blunt, honest, we're open. If there's something you want to talk about, we can talk about it. But if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, let us know and we won't talk about it. But like I said, it's straight, it's real on here, it's blunt, straightforward. So come and have fun with us, So once again, it's the Jodi and Hakaii show. It's the one and only player, one Jodi.
It's your man with the most, Hakaii.
We out. Game over.